Hey there, welcome into today's class. We're going to do a Vinyasa flow that works throughout the whole body, moving in through the hips and the shoulders, getting a little core work, but the main focus will be to move through our shoulders, through the shoulder joint and through the neck to release any tension in the upper back, jaw, and neck area. As we flow through this practice, just make sure it's your own unique flow that is best for you today, and you'll be able to connect to this unique flow by listening to the body sensations that are arising and going into discomfort but not pain, and so not pushing past your edge, so to say, and making it as gentle as possible. Just remember that every stretch doesn't have to be the deepest stretch to get benefit. If you're feeling sensation in the form of a stretch or lengthening in the muscle, then you have benefit already. So it doesn't always have to be the deepest stretch or the most intense expression of a pose for you to be receiving the benefits of the practice. Just being here on your mat and arriving and dedicating this time for yourself is more important than that deepest expression. So just keep that in mind as we flow. Modify if you need to, intensify if you want. I will be demonstrating some things with some blocks if you want to use them. They're not they're not mandatory, and if you don't have a block, that's fine. You can always use a water bottle or something in the shape like a book or stack of books or something like that. Yeah, get creative if you need to. So I think that's everything I wanted to mention to start out with, and yeah, we'll get started in child's pose. So I'm going to suggest knees wide, toes touch, and then you fold forward on your mat. Arms can be forward, forehead to the mat, or you can have your hands by your sides, allowing your shoulders to drape down. If your head doesn't touch the ground easily, you can always put a block underneath your forehead. I like to take it towards the top of my forehead and just let my head rest here. That's an option. Arms forward. If having knees wide is not feeling good for you today, because that can create a back bend sort of shape in your back, you can bring your knees together and then roll forward, head down. This will actually create a kind of like a cat pose kind of movement into your lower back. So just find what works for you. I'm going to use a block so you can hear me while I talk. Make any movements that feel appropriate, like maybe shaking your hips or noticing your shoulders, moving your shoulders away from your ears, or just relaxing the tension that you're feeling or possibly feeling in your neck. Mentally notice how you're arriving on the mat. Doing an internal scan of your physical body, your mental body, your emotional body, and if you'd like, your spiritual body. Whatever all of that means for you, just check in. Notice what of the four bodies is most loudest or the loudest. Maybe it's your mental state, maybe it's your emotional state, maybe there's a combination. It doesn't matter, just notice. Empty the air in your lungs here. And then deep breath in. Feel your chest expand, maybe your belly touches the sides of your legs. Gentle pause of your breath at the top. Notice how your mind clears instantly, and then exhale, open your mouth, let it go. Feel yourself melt and contract back to neutral. Gentle pause. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Relaxing, surrendering. Breath in. Feel your breath go all the way into your hips. Maybe your shoulders gently rise. Pause and exhale, let it go. Couple more breaths here. Following your own natural rhythm of breath. Allowing it to be whatever it is today, without forcing it to be anything it's not. Maybe setting an intention for your practice. Or just noticing why you're here. If you have an intention or just thinking about why you're here, keep that in mind and take a breath in. Feel your breath expand in 360 degrees. Gentle pause. Bring yourself back to that intention or why you're here, and then exhale. Let your breath go. Releasing what no longer serves you. Breath in. Pause. Breath out. Another breath here. Inhale, noticing your shoulders, maybe a gentle shrug of your shoulders towards your ears to actively start engaging that area, and then exhale, let that all go, surrender. If you have your eyes closed, blink your eyes open. If you have a block underneath your forehead, go ahead and move it to the side. If your hands are back behind you, move them forward. Bring your hands a little bit wider than the mat, and then you're going to keep your knees wide if they're there. You can also keep your knees together if that's where they are. It's totally fine. And then from here, let's inhale, and we're going to pull our chest forward. We're going to squeeze our shoulder blades back, so you may need to lift your head to do so. It's kind of like a cow pose here, just in child's. And then exhale, push into your hands, round your spine up. Move your shoulder blades away from one another. You'll notice you can reach your arms forward as you pull your back. Inhale, drop your belly, pull chest through, shoulder blades down and back, neck is long. Exhale, round here. So gentle movements through our spine. It's not going to be a big movement here. Inhale, pull chest forward, and then exhale, round. Push hands down as you pull your back towards the back of the mat. Find a neutral spine. If your knees are wide, bring your knees together. And then you're going to bring your forearms down to the mat. Right hand behind your head. And from here, inhale, bring your elbow up towards the ceiling or sky. Keep your neck long. You can look up if that feels okay. And then exhale, bring your elbow towards your left elbow, your right elbow towards your left. Inhale, rise up. We're rotating through our thoracic spine. Exhale, elbow down. Inhale, open. This is the area of our spine that we usually curve forward when we're sitting a lot. Exhale, down. One more. Inhale, rise. Pause. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards one another. Try to bring your elbow back away from the mat. Opening here. And exhale, release. Both forearms down. Now left hand behind your head. Inhale, open chest here to the left. Elbow lifts high. Exhale, bring it down to tap your right arm or the mat. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hold it, fold it in. Inhale, open. Exhale, tap it down. Inhale, open. And here we pause, lift your elbow a little higher and back behind you. Preferably, you shouldn't be able to see it in your peripheral vision. Bring shoulder blades down your back and then exhale. Release here. walk your hands forward and then over to the left side of your mat. Your hands will most likely come off the mat unless you have one of those really awesome wide mats. Take your right hand, you're either gonna walk it forward a little higher than your left or stack it on your left hand. From here, you're gonna take your hips over to the right, so you may roll off your legs a little bit. And then you can rest your head on your arms or just gently hold it up and take a breath into your right ribs. And exhale, release. So lateral flexion in our spine. One more here. Inhale. And exhale. Hips back to neutral. Walk your hands through center over to the right side. So right hand places down, left hand either walks forward a little bit or stacks on top. From there, you're going to take your hips over to the left. So again, you may roll off your legs a little bit. That's okay. From here, inhale into your left rib. Excuse me, left ribs. And exhale. One more breath here. Inhale. Feel your left side body opening up. And exhale, release. Walk hands forward, and then we're going to glide our whole body forward into Sphinx pose. So bringing your hips down to the mat. Elbows are going to be underneath your shoulders, and hands are going to be forward in line with your elbows. Untuck your toes, push the tops of your feet into the mat so you'll start to engage your legs a little bit. There won't be a really big engagement, but we're just starting to wake up that part of our body, especially since we were folded in so much in child's pose. And then from here, you're going to let your chest drop down so you notice your shoulders come up. Then you're going to take your shoulders back and down, find a really long neck here, and then we're just going to rotate through our shoulders. So allow your chest to drop down and then rotate them back. So it is kind of like a circular motion here with our shoulders and our shoulder blades. So just finding gentle movement. You will feel your shoulders and upper back starting to wake up, starting to warm up a little bit. You can use a little push into your elbows to lift through your back as well. So just finding some gentle rotations. This is really cool because we're moving our scapula on its own. So it's just getting some nice movement in through our upper back. And then find where your chest comes down towards the mat and your shoulders are up. Then you're going to push into your elbows, lift your chest up, and then shoulder blades back and down. So you'll feel your chest pulling forward. Gentle tuck of your chin so you have length in the back of your neck. And then from here, start to engage your core. You should be able to lift your chest a little bit more and then pull your chest through. So you'll push your elbows down and then pull them towards your body. They won't move, but it's going to help to pull your chest through your shoulders. And then from here, bring your chin towards your chest. Feel the stretch in the back of your neck. Now, typically we are rounding forward, so we won't hold this this position here, and from here just take your ear side to side, rotating your chin down towards chest and then ear towards side, chin down towards chest, ear to opposite side. Keeping the lift of your chest up towards, away from the ground by pushing your elbows down, just moving through your shoulders. And then gently release. Once your chin is in center, go ahead and lift your head up. Allow your whole chest to come down, hands underneath your shoulders. Now push the tops of your feet down so much that your kneecaps lift off. Squeeze elbows in, inhale, lift chest. From here, notice if your shoulders are really high, we're going to pull our shoulder blades down and back. Neck is long. You can have that slight tuck of the chin. Engage core. Notice how your chest can lift a little more, and you can squeeze and lift your shoulder blades down and back. Find your breath. Maybe you can lift your hands off. Maybe not. That's okay. Maybe one hand and then the other. And then exhale, release. We have 2 more lifts just like that. Push into your hands. Squeeze elbows in. Push in tops of your feet. Inhale, lift. Spine is long, gentle squeeze of your glutes, push into the tops of your feet, and exhale, lower. One more like that. Inhale, we lift. Hold, exhale. Spine is long, neck is long. Inhale. And exhale, we release. Coming back onto our forearms. We're going to tuck our toes. We're going to grab onto our hands unless we're coming to forearm plank. So if your hands in the shape of an 11 is better for you, please do that. Otherwise, you're going to have your hands clasped, which is my preference, but may not be yours. Okay, so from here, we're going to start to move into our plank really slowly. We're going to push into our elbows. We're going to start to lift our chest away from the ground, start to engage our core, start to lift our hips. So notice if your chest is dipping down, lift your chest up. You can pause here on your knees, or you can lift it all the way up if you're feeling spicy today, which is totally cool. Otherwise, you can keep your knees down like I'm demonstrating. Squeeze your glutes so your glutes actually help to support your body here. And then we're going to do scapular push-ups. So you're going to let your chest fall down, push into your elbows, lift up. Chest comes down, push it up. So we're just moving our shoulders together and then moving them away. Together and away. Breathe here. 2 more. Last one. And then hips, chest, everything comes down to the mat. Hands by your sides, thumbs are on the mat, palms facing towards your body. Inhale, lift your chest. Hands lift, and then act like you're holding a beach ball behind you, and then squeeze your hands behind you as if you're trying to squeeze that beach ball. And then shoulders down your back, and if you'd like, you can lift your legs. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more breath, lift a little higher. Inhale. And exhale, release. Let's do one more just like that. Hands by your sides. Inhale, lift chest. Maybe lift hands, maybe lift feet. Breathe in. Breathe out. Squeeze your glutes. Breath in. Breath out. Release. From here, we're going to come back to forearm plank. I told you you're getting a lot of work in our shoulders. So if you need to, just move through your shoulders a little bit. This time we're going to move in and out of forearm plank and dolphin. So it'd be kind of like a forearm pike kind of movement. So push into your elbows underneath your shoulders. Start to engage your chest, belly, legs from here. Push into your elbows, lift your chest away, and if you can, pull your chest through towards the front of the mat. From here, walk your feet forward a little bit, hips come high. Again, making sure your chest is lifting away from the mat. And then exhale, we walk back. You can do this on your elbows too. Walk feet forward and walk toes back. What I meant to say was on your knees, not on your elbows. We're all on our elbows. So if you're on your knees, you're going to hinge back, hips high, hinge forward into modified forearm plank. So just find what works for you. We have about 2 to 3 more. Finding your own pace, your own rhythm. And let's do one more after this. Following your breath here, exhale as you lift. And inhale as you lower. Lower hips down, hands underneath your shoulders. Lift up, tabletop, and then walk your hands forward, puppy pose. So hips are high, hands walk forward, chin or forehead to the mat. Breathe in here, breath in, breath out. Keep your elbows on the mat, bring your hands together, bring your hands behind your head for a tricep stretch here. Couple breaths. Last breath. And then hands come forward. You're going to come up to tabletop, hang out here, or downward facing dog. Pedal out your dog, make some movements. Don't mind the helicopter going by. Sway your hips side to side. Stretch through your legs. Finding what is best for you. Making sure you're rotating your biceps towards your ears and towards the front of the mat. So what that mean by that is you're gonna, if your elbows are sticking out to the side, you're gonna rotate them as if they're you're trying to point them back behind you. And then notice if your shoulders are at your ears, you're going to bring your shoulder blades down your back and make space between your shoulders and your ears and your arms. Breath in, bend your knees, push your hips up and back. Exhale, maybe straighten your legs a little bit here. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend your knees, gently walk to the front of the mat. From forward fold at the top of the mat, inhale, halfway lift, long spine. So your spine is parallel to the ground, and you're going to take your belly away from your thighs. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, halfway lift, belly away from thighs. Take inner thighs, rotate back. You'll feel your sit bones moving away from one another. That'll help support and open your lower back. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, halfway lift, last one. Belly away from thighs, inner thighs rotate back, and then pull chest forward, shoulder blades together. Exhale, fold it in. Let's root into our feet, bend into our knees, rise up, arms sweep wide and high. And exhale, hands to your heart. Lift your chest, shoulder blades down your back. Move through your jaw to release any tension there. All right, inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, gold push your arms, open your chest. Inhale, lift up, reach up. Exhale, dive forward and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, plank pose on your hands. From here, hinge forward, elbows squeeze in. Exhale, lower for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale into your back bend of choice, baby cobra, cobra, or up dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in once you're in dog pose. Breath out. Shoulder blades away from your ears. Maybe shake out your head, yes and no. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk or step to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine, shoulder blades down your back. Exhale, fold in. Root down into your feet. Let's rise up. And exhale, hands to your heart. 2 rounds of a very modified Surya Namaskar C. So you're going to clasp your thumbs together. Notice which one's on top. Feel your feet on the mat. Inhale, reach your arms forward and up. Bring your shoulders up behind your ears if you can. Maybe look up, squeeze your glutes, push hips forward. Release your thumbs, arms go back behind you, dive forward and fold. Feel the stretch in the front of your chest. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. And exhale, let's step our left foot back. And from here, we're going to keep left knee up. We're going to engage left leg, squeeze left glute, and then make sure right hip is underneath you. So you can squeeze your hips towards one another. You can have blocks underneath your hands here. And from here, we're just going to hinge forward and hinge back. Hinge forward, hinge back. I'll demonstrate with blocks here. This actually feels really good to me today. I don't know if it does for you. It's worth a try. One more here. Feel the stretch into your calf. And then find a neutral position in your lunge. Keep your left hand down, lift right arm up. Breathe in. And then exhale, like we did before with those rotational T's, we're going to bring our elbow down, our right elbow towards our left arm. Inhale, reach up. Bring your arm behind you if you can. Squeeze your hips together. Exhale, elbow comes in. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, rotate it in. Last one. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, rotate in. And then bring your hand down to the mat. If you have blocks, you're welcome to take them with you here. You can walk them forward or just not use blocks at all. We're going to start to walk our back foot forward a little bit and all weight into right leg. Gently lift your left leg, hovering it about 1 inch over the mat, and then bringing your foot and hovering it over your mat about 1 inch. Left foot comes down. Inhale, halfway lift, a little core work there. Exhale, fold in. Root down, let's rise up. And then exhale, fold down. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. And exhale, plant your hands. Let's step our right foot back this time. Knee stays lifted. Maybe blocks are helpful here. You're gonna lift and engage your right leg so you can feel the thigh muscle squeeze around the thigh bone, and your glute on the right side engages. Left hip is underneath you if it's sticking out. And then from here, rock forward and back. Forward and back, feeling stretch in through the front of your hip on the right side when you hinge forward, and then your right calf when you hinge back. Breathing here. Let's do one more, keeping your hips squeezing in. Find a neutral position. Inhale, lift your left arm up. Rotate your chest to the left. And then exhale, left elbow comes in and taps right arm. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, tap it down. Let's do one more. Inhale, open. And exhale, close it in. And then again, blocks come with you or they stay behind you. All weight comes into left leg. Hover your right leg forward, nice and slow. And then hover your right foot off the mat about an inch, lifting your leg into the hip socket. Gently release down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it in. Hook your thumbs like you did before. Bend, slight bend into your knees. Inhale, engage your core. Start to lift your arms up. Hands come behind you, maybe biceps by your ears or a little bit further. Squeeze glutes, push hips forward, and gently release hands down by your sides. Very nice. Let's do one more round, just like that. Oh, it'll be modified a little bit more. We'll do something different. So again, if your left thumb was on top, now right thumb goes on top. It'll feel probably a little weird. Inhale, arms forward and up. Spread your fingers wide. Pull on your thumbs away from one another. Squeeze glutes, open chest. Maybe look up. And then gently release your thumbs. Exhale, arms back and down behind you. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. This time we're going to step our right foot back first. And then we're going to stay in the high lunge. Remember, blocks are a great option if that's calling you today. And then from here, squeeze our glute or right glute, and then right knee taps down. Inhale, lift up, shoulder blades down your back. Exhale, tap it down. Inhale, lift and squeeze. Exhale, tap it down. There's a squirrel running around here. Lift up, and then exhale, tap it down here. We're going to rise up. You can always stay down and just work on this stretch if that's better for you today. Back foot could be pushing into the mat, which will get more quad engagement, or you can tuck it for more support. Inhale, arms up, Anjaneyasana. Hinge forward. Again, noticing if your left hip is sticking out, we're going to squeeze it in underneath us. That'll help us to get the stretch on the right side. That's what we're looking for. All right, arms up. You're gonna take your right hand, pat yourself on the back for making it to your mat. Then left hand will grab onto right elbow. From here, inhale. And then exhale, pull your elbow over towards the left. Squeeze your left hip in. Bring your right arm back towards the back of the mat. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, left arm back, right arm forward, look to the left or to whichever leg is in front. Hands to your heart from here, and then take your right elbow and hook it onto your left thigh. Push your hands into one another and then rotate your chest and maybe look over your back shoulder. Breathe in. Breathe out. Squeeze your hips together for support. Scissor your inner thighs towards one another. Find your breath. And then gently release the twist, rotate forward, inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands down to the mat or to blocks and straighten your left leg. Again, your left hip's gonna wanna come out because it's just easier for the body. Squeeze it in. Squeeze your hips together. And then if you're not feeling the stretch in the back of your hamstrings, you'll probably most likely feel it in your calf with your foot flexed. But if you're not feeling it in your hamstring, you're going to rotate your sit bones so they go back, point back towards the back of the mat rather than down underneath you. And that could be a small movement and it'll be very, very significant in the sensation. Breathe in. Spine is long, shoulder blades down your back. Breathe out. And then hinge forward. Bring the blocks away from you or have them in front of you. We are coming to standing splits. So you're going to want to walk your right knee forward a little bit, tuck your right toes, lift your back leg all the way into left leg. Inhale, lift right leg up and back, flex your foot, squeeze your inner thighs towards one another, but lift your right leg up by squeezing your left glute. Shoulder blades down your back, neck is long. And then gently release here, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Root down into your feet. Let's rise up. Look up. Exhale, dive forward and fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, hands plant down, and then left foot comes back this time. Blocks or no blocks. Inhale, spine is long. Shoulder blades down your back. Exhale, left knee taps down. Inhale, lift it up. Squeeze your left glute. Exhale, tap it down. Inhale, lift and squeeze. Right hip squeezes in. Exhale, tap it down. Inhale, rise. And exhale, bring it down here. Squeeze hips in. Remember, hands can stay down. You can stay in this position if this is feeling really good. Otherwise, arms up. Anjaneyasana. Squeezing right hip in underneath you. You'll notice more engagement into the front left hip flexors, and then engage your left glute. Inhale. And exhale, left hand to your upper back. Grab left elbow with right hand. Pull over, exhale to the right. Hinge forward if you can, or hinge out if you need to. Doesn't matter. Just watch your breath. Elbow comes back towards the back of your mat rather than forward. Next inhale, gently release arms overhead. Exhale, right arm back, left arm forward, look to the right or whichever leg is in front. Breathe in, breathe out, bring your hands together, left elbow to right thigh. And then you're going to push your hands into one another and rotate your chest to the right, maybe looking over your right shoulder. Find your breath. Squeeze your glutes together. Internally, squeeze your inner thighs together. Next inhale, unwind, arms reach up. Exhale, hands to the mat. And then we're going to straighten our right leg this time. Half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana on this side. Hinge forward, pulling chest forward. Again, rotating your sit bones to the back of the mat to get the stretch in the hamstrings. If it's too much on your calves, which a lot of us do have tight calves, you can just keep your foot relaxed and just focus on the tilting your pelvis forward. So the top of your pelvis comes forward, sit bones point back. Breathe in. Shoulder blades down your back, release any tension in your jaw. Breathe out. Hinge forward, foot comes down, blocks to either side of the mat or forward. Start to walk your left heel forward. Lift your left knee, more weight into right leg. In fact, all weight into right leg. Half splits here, or standing splits. Toes point down. Squeeze your inner thighs towards one another so you have that engagement through the pelvic floor, and then lift your left leg up a little higher by squeezing your left glute. Find your breath. And then gently bring left foot down to the mat. Hook your thumbs in the awkward hook. Slight bend of your knees. Inhale, we rise. Arms reach up. Hands come behind your head. And then exhale, hands to your heart. Let's do a Vinyasa to help reset our spine. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, dive forward and fold. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulder blades down your back. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back. On your exhale, chaturanga. Pause in your chaturanga. Inhale into your back bend. Squeeze glutes here, pull chest forward, shoulder blades down your back. And exhale, downward facing dog. Finding that natural rhythm of your breath. If your breath is quicker than normal, actively slow it down with deeper inhales and slower exhales. All right, let's go. Inhale, right leg up and back. Flex your foot. Exhale, right knee to your chest, hinge forward. Place your foot between your hands. Squeeze inner thighs towards one another. Rise up, crescent lunge. Breathe in here. Squeeze your hips together. Breathe out here. Maybe go a little deeper into your front knee. Inhale. And exhale. Right arm back, left arm reaches forward. Look to the right. Breathe in. Stay here or breathe out. Hands to prayer. And then hook left elbow to right thigh. Push into both hands. Rotate your torso. Extend through your back heel. Look over your left shoulder if that feels okay. Excuse me, right shoulder. I'm all twisted. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, crescent lunge, unwind. And exhale, warrior two. So your feet may be a little bit wider than your crescent lunge, and then notice if your back hip is lifted up, bring it down, shoulders over hips, and then that will most likely cause your right knee to come in. So you're going to take your right hip underneath you by externally rotating your hip, or just thinking squeeze right hip underneath you. That'll work too. Hinge into your front leg, arms to a T. And then from here, take your hands behind your back, clasp your hands, open your chest. Neck is long. Maybe slight tuck of your chin here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, sit a little deeper. Squeeze glutes in. And then take your right hand to your upper back. Grab right elbow. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Bend into your front knee. On your exhale, arms to a T, warrior two. Push into your front heel. Inhale, reverse now. Take your back arm behind you. Reach your front arm up and back. Arms to a T. Inhale. And exhale, reach forward. Arms to 6 and 12 o'clock triangle pose. If you need to, shorter stance in this position may be beneficial. And then from here, you can just hang out in a static hold, or you can follow me in rotating your arm down and forward, up and back. If this doesn't feel good, you can bring your hand to your shoulder and rotate this way. Sometimes this is a little bit gentler. I don't know, it still gets in the full rotation. Let's do one more circle here. And then next time your arm is up, pause there. Squeeze your glutes, push into your front heel. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, warrior two. We will be coming to Ardha Chandrasana, or half moon, so you may want to have a block handy. Inhale. Exhale, reach forward. Rotate arms 6 and 12 o'clock for extended side angle. Make sure your right hip is underneath you. Squeeze your glutes together. Front arm reaches up. You can look up at your top hand or just to the side or down. whatever's best for you. You can hold here or bring your top hand to your top elbow, excuse me, your top hip. Well, I don't know how you would do that. Hand to elbow. All right, and then from here start to walk your back foot forward all the way into right leg. Lift left leg up, toes point to the left, and then make sure your right hip is underneath you. Once you feel stable, top arm reaches up. If you want to go for Champasana by grabbing your back foot, opening there, our shoulders are open enough to do so, so you are welcome to go there. And just hold on to your breath here, breathe. And then we're going to come to standing splits. Champasana is let go. Top hand comes down, rotate your hip down. Leg is still lifted, toes point down. Breathe in. And then exhale. Left foot comes down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands come down, step your right foot back, pause here. Oh, open that right hip flexor, should feel so good. Squeeze right glute. And then both hands plant down, plank pose. Bring your feet together at the back of the mat. Rotate to pinky toe edge of right foot. Right arm lifts up. You're welcome to lift left leg if that's calling you, or if you're warm enough, you can lift, have a toe lock. Whew. Lift that left leg. So just find what works for you, or as always, bottom leg could come down. One of my favorite variations. Just breathing here. Inhale, maybe top arm reaches forward, and exhale, come to plank. Inhale here, and exhale, chaturanga. Inhale into your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Find some breaths. Some gentle movements could be supportive here. Second side, inhale, left leg up and back, flex your foot, toes point down. Exhale, left knee to your chest, hinge forward, step it through. Hips are underneath you, maybe back knee is slightly bent. Inhale, we rise for crescent lunge, crescent lunge, got it. Find your breath, inhale. And exhale. Inhale here. Exhale, left arm back, right arm forward, look to the left. Breath in. Breath out. One more like this, inhale. And exhale, hands to your heart, stay here, or elbow to knee. Push into your hands, rotate your torso. Maybe look over your left shoulder. Extend through your back leg. Squeeze your inner thighs together for support and balance. Always connecting back to your breath. Maybe hinging a little deeper into your front leg. And then inhale, unwind, rise up, crescent lunge. And exhale, warrior two. Bring your hands behind your back, clasp your hands, maybe awkward clasp, opposite thumb on top, open your chest here. Gently release, arms to a T, make sure your back hip is down in line with your shoulders. Find your breath. And then take your left hand to your upper back, grab your left elbow and pull back for a reversed warrior two. Bend into your front knee a little bit more. Breath in. Breath out. Arms to a T. Push into your front heel, straighten your front leg. Let's reverse here. Right arm comes behind you, left arm reaches up and back. Inhale, and then exhale, hands to a T. Next inhale, reach forward, and exhale, rotate arms 6 and 12 o'clock. You may want to bring your back foot in a little bit for support. Make sure both hips are underneath you. Finding your breath. And then if you want, rotating in through your shoulder, if you did on the other side. Remembering you can always grab your shoulder and rotate here too. One more rotation. Squeeze your inner thighs towards one another. Next time your arm is up, pause there. Push into your heels, engage your glutes. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Reverse your triangle. And then exhale, warrior two. Inhale here. Exhale, reach forward. Rotate 6 and 12 o'clock for extended side angle. Top arm reaches forward. Bring your left hip underneath you. Find your breath. Either stay here or top hand to top hip. Start to walk your back foot forward, hand onto the ground or to the block on the pinky toe edge of your left foot, and then lift right leg up. Top arm lifts up. Keep your left hip underneath you. Breathe here. If you did Champasana on the other side, you'll go ahead and bend right leg. Open yourself here if you want. Breathe in. And breathe out. Just watching your breath, pushing into the base of your left toe. Next exhale. Top hand comes down, rotate hips down, but right leg stays lifted, foot is flexed. Find your breath here. Exhale, bring your right foot down to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your left foot back, open your left hip here. Squeeze left glute, should feel really good after all of that hip flexor engagement. Hands plant down, plank pose, inhale. Feet together at the back of the mat, exhale. Reach your right arm up. Breathe in. Breathe out, finding that variation you did on the other side, maybe top leg lifts, or you find toe lock here, lifting leg up. All options are great. And remembering bottom knee can come down, just squeeze glute underneath you. It's a great option. Fluid breath. And then top hand comes down, hinge forward, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Hinge forward into plank and lower all the way down to the mat. Hands by your sides, palm facing toward the body. Lift. Squeeze your hands here and lift your legs. Slight tuck of your chin. Legs can stay on the mat if that doesn't feel good in your lower back. Always listening to yourself. Always listening to your body. Find your breath. And gently release. Push into your hands, tuck your toes or push your knees into the mat. Squeeze elbows in. Inhale, exhale, push up. And inhale, sit back. From here, inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, right knee to right wrist. Lay your leg down, finding a pigeon pose here. Untuck your left leg. There's the ice cream truck going on or going by in the background. Somehow I always pick the time that he's here. Anyways, okay. Hands walk towards your body, open your chest. Maybe hands come a little bit closer towards your hips. So you float a little bit. You may need to squeeze your hips towards one another to get that kind of opening in your chest. Stay here or fold forward on or stay onto your hands, elbows, or fold all the way down to the mat. If you'd like to do a twist today, I'll offer a twist, so you'll keep your right elbow down. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Only if that feels okay, you can skip the lift here. And then exhale, you're gonna take your left arm across the mat. So left shoulder comes down, left side of the face comes down. That may not be for all of us. And once we get to that position, we may notice we may need a block underneath our right hip to do so. So that could be supportive here. And then with your right hand, you can reach it forward or take it back to your left hip. As always, listening to your body first. And releasing any tension in your shoulders. Even if you have to make gentle movements in your shoulders, do so. Releasing any tension in your jaw. Knowing you are whole, perfect, and complete, just as you are. If you're in the twist, go ahead and untwist. If you're folded forward, bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Everybody rise up onto your forearms. Start to walk your back foot forward. Tuck your toes under. Inhale, three-legged dog. Right leg lifts. And then you can open your hip here. So right hip stacks on top of left. Maybe you do some circles if that feels supportive for you. Inhale, extend. Right leg up and back. Exhale, bring it down. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up and back, toes point down. Exhale, left knee to left elbow or to left wrist. Lay your foot down, lay your leg down, extend right leg back. Walk your hands back towards your body. Inhale, open your chest. Stay here, or hands, forearms, or lay down. You can also, like I demonstrated on the side, you might not have been able to see, but you could put a block underneath your left hip for support. So you're getting the leg in the position, and even with the block, you may still feel the stretch, but it's a lot more supportive, so you're not dumping so much into your hip socket. All right, so if you want to take the rotation here, the twist, you're going to inhale, bring your right arm up. So you'll feel a big opening on the right side, and then exhale, take your right arm across your body, bring your shoulder down to the mat. Relaxing here, or finding that position, or whatever position is better for you for this pigeon pose. Checking in with your shoulders. Noticing if you have any facial expressions. Maybe you're tensing in through your forehead or your cheeks. Notice if you can relax your jaw or release your shoulders from your ears. Check in with your breath. Allowing your exhales to deepen the pose. Allowing you to relax into the pose. With your inhales, you may find you lift a little bit out of the pose, and that's okay. It'll allow us to get deeper in time. If you're in the twist, go ahead and untwist here. Everybody bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Lift your torso. If you have a block, go ahead and remove it. Hands underneath your shoulders. Walk your back foot forward a little bit so it's a little bit more supportive to come to a exhale, three-legged dog. And then inhale, open your hip here, and then if you made movements, go ahead and try that, or find stillness in an open hip. Close off your hips, extend your left leg back, and exhale, foot comes down. Inhale, hinge forward into plank. And then exhale, bring knees down to the mat. Yay! I always get so excited when I can feel the end of class coming. All right, so you're just going to sit in a seated position. If you want to do a little bit more intense position here, you can do fire log, where you're going to bring your shin on top of your other shin, so they're stacked. If that's not for you today and your knee is way up here, that's fine. You can bring a block here or put a pillow in between your foot and your knee. That can be really supportive, so you can get in the positioning. If that is still not an option, you can bring your foot in front. Sometimes that's a little bit more supportive. You can sit in cross-legged. That's an option too. You can also, to get the stretch in the right hip, do a 90-90. That's an option. All right, so find the one that works for you. None are right or wrong. I'll just be demonstrating this option with a block. And then from here, take your hands behind your back, clasp your hands. Open your chest, inhale. And then exhale, bring your back of your right hand to your left side. And then your left elbow is gonna wanna stick out like a chicken wing. Bring it back behind you. Inhale here. And then exhale, bring your left ear to your left shoulder. And just breathe, opening through your neck. Sorry about that dog. Well, if you want to, rotate your chin down towards your left shoulder and then back up so your ear is pointing towards your shoulder. And just rotate here. And then you're going to rotate your chin down towards your chest to neutral, and then inhale, bring it up. You're going to find the awkward clasp. So if your left thumb is on top, now your right thumb is going to be on top. Inhale, open chest. And then exhale, back of left hand. You're going to bring it to your right side. Right elbow is going to stick out. You're going to bring it back behind you. No chicken wings here. Sit up tall. Oh, release. Switch your legs. I'm glad I remembered. All right, find the clasp, open chest, and then bring the back of your left hand to your right side. Right elbow comes back, and then from here you're going to drop your right ear to your right shoulder, so you feel the opening into your left shoulder and neck. Pause here, or you're going to rotate chin down and chin up. Only if that feels good. This can be a pretty intense stretch as it is. So again, you're always welcome to release the sensation by relaxing your arms a little bit or not going so deep in the neck stretch. Next time your ear is towards your shoulder, bring your chin to your chest. And then lift your head through center. Release your arms and release your legs. I remembered. Feet together, knees out wide, sit up tall. Inhale. Chest is broad. Stay here or fold forward. You can grab onto your feet, pull yourself down. Elbows can push down into your legs. You can also bring your legs forward. That's a little bit more supportive. And then fold forward there. Whatever option is good. You can always sit upright, push on your knees, or just sit upright and pull your legs in to find the deeper stretch. Find your breath. And release here. Bring your feet to as wide as your mat. Hands are going to be back behind you. You can have your fingers out behind you or forward, it doesn't matter. I'm going to do kind of like a forward position with my fingers. You're welcome to follow me. And then you bring your shoulders up and down. Let's do some rotations here. And then next time your chest is lifted, stay there. Rotate through your hips side to side. Next time your knees are over to the left, go ahead and drape them that way. And then you're going to take your right hand all the way around so you're getting a full spinal rotation. You should be facing towards the back of the mat or the side or working in that direction. Breath in. And breath out. Bring your hands back to their neutral position. Feet back as wide as mat. Windshield wiper here. Flossing through our hips. And then when knees go to the right, let them drape that way. Take left hand, walk it behind you, and rotate here. Pull chest towards the back of the mat. Spine is long. Find your breath. Back to neutral. You're welcome to roll back onto your back for Shavasana. Or sit up in a seated meditation. I will not keep us in Shavasana the whole time. I will actually send you off on your way. So stay in Shavasana as long as you'd like. We'll do a couple breaths together. Breath in here. Feel your breath go into your hips, all the way to the crown of your head. Exhale. Let it go. Notice how your shoulders relax, your neck's relaxed. Breath in. Breath into your hips, all the way down to your toe tips. Pause your breath at the top and exhale. Feel your legs get heavy. Your feet just flop open. Your hips relax. Breath in. Feel your belly rise, your chest expand. Maybe your shoulders slightly lift up. Pause your breath at the top and exhale. Feel your lower back, your belly, your chest, your shoulders completely relax. Take a breath in, breathe into your shoulders, your arms, all the way into your fingertips. Keeping your awareness there, pause your breath and exhale. Allow your arms, your hands, and your shoulders to completely relax and surrender. Breath in. Notice the breath go through your nose, down your throat, into your lungs, feeling the expansion all the way down. Gentle pause and exhale. Feel your neck, your jaw, and your cheeks and your forehead gently relax. Breath in. Notice how your whole body expands with this breath, feeling all the way down to your toe tips, your fingertips, to the crown of your head. Gentle pause of your breath. And exhale, feel your whole body get heavy, surrendering, melting into the mat. There's no other place you need to be. Take a breath in here. Pause at the top. Exhale, your body gets even heavier. Surrender even more. Let everything go. Breath in. This is where I'll allow you to sit in your meditation, enjoy your time. Pause your breath at the top. I so appreciate you being here today. Exhale, let it go. Namaste.